that have died in the quest of this Biafra struggle, our young boys and young girls that's kept dying, killing them in Imo State. You see, extrajudicial killings, all of them are subjected. We dedicate them to this struggle, and they are still under this 1 minute. Yes. So 1 minute starts from now. Um, by 16:20, I'll end the 1 minute. All right. So let's start counting. I'll be welcome. Okay. So that is it. All right. So that's the 1 minute that we always dedicate to our fallen heroes. Yes. Fallen heroes does not mean that that kind of fall. It means that they died in the cause of freedom fighting. And they died out of war, Biafran war. They died, some people even died without knowing what killed them. Yes. All of them comes under Biafra. See? Good. All right. Where is it? Welcome, yeah. This from the dots. Biafra Free Energy Tech. Welcome, my brother Ihu. Ihu na oh yes. So Shivo, welcome. Oh Chendo. Yeah, all right. So yesterday, we had the crossover European crossover. It was great. Yes. It's imperative that it was held, you see, because that recap needed to be done, and we are grateful to European rep and his team to put up for that crossover that we spent over and came to the 1st of January of 2026, and APM really talked a lot on his speech. You see, he said he's not going to. This year is going to be hot for some people like Adan Diocho that have decided to continue to destroy what we are doing. I know, it is as some of those people are going to get it hot this year. Yes, because this year is a year that we want to double our efforts. If we were serious before, we triple that seriousness. This is 2026. Chukwu Okike Abịama, we thank you for bringing us to 2026. Yes, because some people died last year. Am I even talking? Some people died yesterday, the last day of the year. Whether you're a traditionalist or you are a Christian or and you're a Jew. Yes, these are the three religions that we practice in Biafra. Yes, we thank the three aspects of our religion. Yes, so for life and good health, to help us bring us to 2026, so that we'll continue to fight to get our Biafra. You see? All right. We cannot start the space without greeting, sending our greetings to Mazen NNAMDI KANU. Mazen NNAMDI KANU, we are telling you Happy New Year, please. We know that you are in Sokoto. We don't know how we don't know how your day goes there. We don't. But it disturbs us, yeah, we're not happy that you're in Sokoto. Anya Dero, cha cha cha. We are telling you Happy New Year, and we will continue to do whatever we can for you to come out. God knows that you're not going to spend the rest of your life as a prisoner. Chukwu Okike, please embrace Mazen NNAMDI KANU. Please, as you have protected him when he was in Abuja in that dungeon. Please continue to protect him. Protect whatever he puts in his mouth. Protect any. I mean, just please, just protect him because that place we know what that Sokoto is a depot for terrorists. All right, and we tell Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, we tell you also Happy New Year. This is 2026, Simon. We don't know what God have in store for you this year, but you may be released out of good behavior because we know that you, we know you. You will be an exemplary detainee. Yes, we know. So by special grace of God, you may be released towards the end of this year. Well, we pray so that your son, at least, you will go and join your son. This is what the Hanki Nkaki Jacolona freedom fighting. Yes, because if you are still just living your life, you'll still be with your son. So a lot of sacrifices here and there. What are you talking? It's a lot. If you hadn't had this calling, sure you'll have still been bubbling up and down, enjoying yourself. You're still too young. You're just 40. Kennedy, we tell you Happy New Year. All right. Oh, Rage, my brother, welcome, yeah? Okay. So what is our topic today? Yeah. Um, okay, APM. APM already, we've already said Happy New Year to APM yesterday. We also said Happy New Year to Information Minister yesterday and our security personnel. So I don't have to go into that right now again. 'Cause we already said Happy New Year earlier today, because this is already evening. All right. So our topic on the Jumbotron is our New Year resolutions as Biafrans. You see? Ha. So I want us, if you pick up mic, this is first day of 2026. You tell us what you have resolved to do this year. What are your expectations? Did you see what's going on in Iran? Did you see what have gone on in Somaliland? So what are your expectations as a Biafran? What is that thing that you're wishing to happen this year, 2026? So if you start naming them, it's a very, very long list. Yes. So what is a resolution? A resolution is quality of being determined. Mark that word, quality of being determined. It's not just opening mouth and say, hey, I'm going to do this. I've resolved to be more serious about my Biafra struggle. No. When you say it, you need to mean it. Hmm. Last year, were you able to donate more than one ejemma? And you were donating one ejemma? Yes, this year, maybe you resolve to donate two. Your New Year resolution, let me bring up David. New Year resolution may also include, I want to work harder so that my donation will increase. So there is a lot of, many things tabled under resolution when you're beginning in a year, you know. And this Biafra struggle, a lot have happened last year. A lot. APM Ogechkunkera have brought us to this stage. You see, and we are not relenting. We have grabbed it with all our might. And as you can see, we have added Israel to our taggings. Yes. Have we investigated why Israel decided to recognize Somaliland? And with a reason. And that reason is a very cogent reason. That reason is similar to why America is going to recognize Biafra. Yes, my people. It is not just because of diplomatic as a relationship. Mba. Okay, that thing that's after cross-checking. I say no, this thing is very important. We need to and carry out terrorism. You see, my people. As yeah, hey, what's that guy's name yesterday during the EU? I've forgotten it. I've forgotten his name. Yes, they too may have had lobbyists as well. He also called it a broker. Yeah, lobbyist broker. Because you need to when you're talking about, I mean, meeting countries for recognition, you need to table things that is going to benefit them. Recognition is all about, it must benefit the country that have upper hand. Okay, benefit 100%. They must see a reason to recognize you. Yes, and that is what we are tabling before United States to see. This ISIS it's a very big problem for both the zoo and America. It's to the best interest of United States that they recognize Biafra at this point in time. The reason that Israel recognized Somaliland is not far from the same reason. It's not. You see? Because Iran, you see that terrorist wait there for that Iran. Yeah? It's a big threat to all those some of those countries that are living, including UAE. You know, say UAE no follow there for that terrorism stuff. You see? And UAE is part of Abraham Accord. Do you know what Abraham Accord is? I've gone to look it up a little bit. Yes. Let me allow Rage before I enter into Abraham Accord. Rage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mr. Auntie Unki. Happy New Year.
Up to you.
Yeah. Greetings to you, great Biafrans. Auntie Unki, I hope you've not finished the whole rice. Oh. And the chicken. um, I wish I can cargo one native chicken can't give you for UK.
I request it so.
All right. Thank you very much, ma, for putting up this space. Once again, happy New Year to you, great Biafrans here present. Happy New Year to you all. We give thanks to Chukwu Okike Abiyama Ogenu Vievie for bringing us to this new year. And so, as many of us that have made it this far, I want to say very big congratulations. Greetings to all our leaders that are serving from the front line, from the prison, different prisons in Sokoto and in Finland. Greetings to Army, the Biafra forces, the defenders of our babies, women, and children, the defenders of our civilian population, who are predominantly Christians, Jewish, and traditionalists. Greetings to you, BDF. Greetings to the Honorable Acting Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu Kere. Greetings to the Honorable Minister of Information, the pride of Biafra, the best that any nation could have. And to some of us, it is a rare privilege for us to have a man of his caliber, mourning the information department, and he has always delivered. Always. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Information, Mazi Akbarawa Achibong Sonny. Greetings to every great Biafran that has been speaking up in spite of all the challenges that we've faced, all the hurdles we've been through. I really want to say thank you for your steadfastness, for your persistence, for your understanding, your loyalty and commitment to this cause of freedom. Thank you so much. Madam Unki, thank you. Comrade David Unana, thank you. Simon Ekpa, Obi Chicago, our mother. Happy New Year to you, ma. We love you so much. Bills from the Dot, Weze, and every Biafran that is here present. I really want to say a very big thank you to you. Speaking briefly on the topic, Biafrans, time to get serious. Day 1 of 2026, we can do this. Of course, we can do this. We have always done it. And let me tell you one thing. It's sometimes everything that is happening today is not a coincidence, neither is it a mistake. But God is using it to encourage us as Biafrans. God is using everything that is happening to send message to us. Like the Israeli recognition of Somaliland. That is a very big message to all Biafrans. That consistency, loyalty, faithfulness pays at the end of the day, because when they tell you the history of Somaliland, where they started, the sacrifices they have made, they remind us of one thing, that we must always be courageous, we must be steadfast, we must persevere no matter what happens. If you hear their story, today everybody is celebrating their glory, but we forget that behind the glory is a story. They lost many commanders, they lost many fighters, many of their leaders were imprisoned, some were even killed. But look at it today now. They are celebrating. Some of those that even started the struggle are no more today. But the young ones kept the fire on. And today they got the recognition. They are a free nation today. So all of these things that are happening is simply a message to us. Look at what is happening in Iran today. Look at the heavy protests that are going on. It tells you one thing, that when you want freedom, freedom does not come cheap. You must be willing and ready to sacrifice everything, even to the point of being ready to give up your life. This is exactly what they are doing in Iran. You know, protesting in the presence of all these IRGC of Ayatollah Khamenei. It's a very big risk. These are terrorists presenting in front of terrorists. It's a very big risk. Yes, yet these people, they undermine the risk. They don't even care about their lives, and they are protesting because they simply want freedom. It tells you one thing, that what you are not ready to die for, you are not ready to live for it. So what are all of these things telling us? It shows us that in this new year, 2026, should be a year of seriousness, a year of dedicated commitment, a year that goes beyond just words, a year that we need to work extra hours to see that we fund our freedom and do the needful. Again, coming back to Somaliland, if you go deep, you understand that they control a larger percent of their land. Controlling their land is not just by mere talking, it's not just by speaking English, it's by sacrificial giving towards the cause of their freedom. We can do the same. Our population, I think, should be far more than theirs. We estimated our population to be over 70 to 80 million. You understand? So if we have this large population and we can't even do what smaller nations like Somaliland do to kick out the occupier out of their land, and every time we come here to talk, it means that we are only deceiving ourselves. So this year should be a year of dedicated commitment, a year of seriousness. Sometimes it really breaks my heart when you see those that are sabotaging, those that support the notion that what the former chief of defense staff Musa said, attack their funds, then you will end the freedom. Those that are working in that line to attack the fund, right from the time of Ugozi Rabuze to the time of Imam Mamugu, Mada Raphael, Chamaka Ajarere, and the likes of Choma. These are people that have been attacking the fund, fulfilling in fulfillment of what the former chief of defense staff Musa said, that once you are able to touch the fund, you will stop the freedom. Sometimes it breaks my heart when you still see these people come up to say they don't forgive, they don't forget. What is it that you don't forgive, you don't forget? That you sabotage the freedom of your people. You should be the one to beg for forgiveness. But unfortunately, this is where we find ourselves. For those of us that really need this freedom, we must be faithful, we must be steadfast, we must be committed and dedicated to get this freedom. This year should not just be a year of, just talking. Every department you find yourself, give 110%. Every part, everywhere you find yourself, give 110%. This is what this year should be all about. So my people, I invite you, if your mother ties two-piece wrapper, you are a Biafran. If your mother ties two-piece wrapper, whether na Igbo you dey speak, you be Isoko man. Whether na Isoko you dey speak, you be Igbo man, you be Calabar man, you be Anyoma man, you be Ka man, you be Godomi Godo man, you be Gala man, you be Gede man. If your mother ties two-piece wrapper, you are a Biafran. Come, let us come together. Let us unite and get freedom. Nothing is as sweet as freedom. Many of these nations that our people run through is because they find some level of freedom there. That is why they are happy to live in that place. This is why you will see that people. This is why you will see that when people get visa out of Nigeria, they celebrate, they organize Thanksgiving, they even sell family land. You understand? So as to fund the trip there, because they know that where they get the visa to now, there's freedom there. Why can't you get the same freedom for your people here? Let us unite. Let us come together and get freedom for Biafra. Let us come out of debt. Nigeria is debt. Nigeria is slavery. Nigeria is darkness. Nigeria is hunger. Nigeria is suffering. Nigeria is slavery. Nigeria is nothing good to write about Nigeria. I'm not the one telling you. You have experienced your life for over 120 years in Nigeria. What have you got to show for it? Anthony Joshua had an accident in Nigeria. There is no emergency service to attend to him. It is people, commoners, that don't even have first aid experience on how to attend to accident patients that were attending. That is the way it is here. That is the way it is in Biafra land here. When you get accident, it is the people, the normal people, common people like you. They are the one that will gather around. Some say they go bundle you in Okada. Now hospital that they carry you, they go like that. So if you like, they fall for ground for road. Now you sabi. No emergency services. So Anthony Joshua experienced it. This is why we have always telling that you identify with Nigeria. Okay, look at him. Because he's identifying with Nigeria, two of his friends are gone. May their soul rest in peace. I feel for them, honestly speaking. But AJ should give himself bread. A country that cannot help you to become who you are today. Britain made you who you are today. A country that is killing, suffering people, people that cannot, indigenous people that cannot help themselves. A country that has killed a lot of them, carried out genocide against indigenous population, especially Christians. You are still identifying with that country. God is angry with Anthony Joshua. He should retrace his track. You understand? And anybody that's identifying with Nigeria, the calamity that comes with Nigeria will befall you. Nigeria will happen to you. Your life will be like Nigeria. Then you will know what you are supporting. So, my people, I invite you. Let us come together. Look at the way they are setting fire on the businesses of our people everywhere. Today, this market don't burn. And this market, now our people, they did your. When you see our people, they did Lagos, they did Ibadan, they did Sokoto, they did Kano, they did. If they tell you the kind of work when they now buying and selling that they do, even our Igbo people say that they even our Igbo Biafrans they do very well now. If our Igbo Biafrans they do businesses, do selling and all of those things. Eh? Our Calabar brothers, most of them are security, they guard, now that they do. Our Isoko Biafrans, now we Isoko now we was pass. If you think say your Peking travel go Lagos, or you travel go Ibadan, or you travel go Ekiti, or you travel go Sokoto, or you go to say your Peking day for city as an Isoko Biafran. You go even know say now one kind typical village. Now your Peking day now, they do farm work. Farm work one day for Isoko. Pikin comot from Isoko, go Lagos. If they tell you say dey Lagos, no knowing that na one kind village for Badagry na im dey do farm work. You understand? How long are we going to continue like this? Farm that we have in Biafra land, we cannot survive with them. We have to run away in the name of we are looking for better life and greener pasture. My people, follow me. Let us go to the land of freedom. Let us go to the land of Biafra. Let's come from the land of death, the land of suffering. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene Nigeria re nyanenuwe. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menyana. Mene woru ure nyanenuwe. Woro boru foma menya. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene Nigeria re nyanenu. Woro boru dede menya. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya. Mena woru ure nyanenuwe. Woro boru zwazo menya. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya na. Mene Nigeria re nyanenuwe. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya. Mena woru ure nyanenuwe. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya na. Mene Nigeria re nyanenuwe. Aworo boru dede menya. Nyanenuwe wore Biafra menya. Mene Nigeria re. Nyanenuwe. Thank you very much. I yield the mic. My name is Regent Fiore.
Thank you so much, Rich. All right. I will allow Dr. David to talk before I'll now dedicate APM and Information Minister and, the people that are guiding us in this government. I will dedicate them because I need to, yeah, I need to say, the beginning of year prayer for them because Dr. David, Mazi Onyeka, no, Ben Wabo, senior citizens, welcome. All right. Oh, okay. Solomon, welcome. Vincent, long time. Ekos, welcome. Yeah. Emmanuel and LOG, welcome. Ochendo, welcome. All right. King David, if you're ready, okay, you can go ahead.
I don't think King David is available, ma, but I don't know if I can get like 30 seconds to just say something like.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. If I forget this, I will not forgive myself.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to take out this time to say a very big thank you to all of you, Biafrans,
Yes, sir.
freedom lovers of Biafra, that were faithful all through the year 2025. And I also want to encourage us, let us keep it up. Like our sister Unki said, let us double it up. If possible, let us triple it. You understand? Thank you very much for your faithfulness to the whole leadership, to the entire cabinet ministers of the Biafra Republic government in exile, to the defense, to the media, to the donors. Thank you for your faithfulness. We really appreciate you. You are the reason why we are still speaking about Biafra today. You are the reason why we still have the hope of freedom today. God bless you. You are the hero. You are the hero. I yield the mic here.
Thank you so much, my dear brother Richard Fury. All right, King David, whenever you're ready, you can raise your hand. Okay, all right. So today is 1st of January 2026. 2025 was last year. And 2025, we can never experience 2025 again. The world moves only forward, not backwards. You see? So it can never come again. Yes, and that thing that we experienced last year, the bad part of it, we don't ever want to experience those things again. You see? Good. All right. Today, that is the very first day, God Almighty, Chukwu Okike, we have a leader called His Excellency Honorable Oge Chukwunkere. We place him in your hands. My fellow Biafrans, this thing I'm doing, I expect us to, if you come up, you say your expectations, and then you begin to, you know, pray for this struggle. Pray for the people that are protecting this struggle. Pray for our gatekeepers. Today is the first. That is the essence of this space. You see? Good. We place Honorable Ogechukwu in your hands as he is going to Washington and coming back. You protect him against any accident, against any ill fortune. Yes, going there do easy. Either on Anya, on Agba, or nobody. Yeah, it's a transportation. God, please protect him against anything. Protect him against the dojo. Protect him against Nigeria, the zoo. Yes, because Nigeria by now, they know that he's a number one threat. They sent Ngozi Orabueze to scatter this struggle. Pata, pata, pata. But Ogechukwu said, no, it can't happen. You think it's easy to double? He tripled his efforts in that Washington, going to that. That is a when in fact, yes, because Ngozi Orabueze destroyed our funding with Adandi Ocho. So the one that is happening in de facto, it got very less. So what did Ogechukwu do? He had to triple the diplomatic side. And Nigeria is not finding it funny at all. You see? Because America does not like Okwifu. They use ear to hear terrorism. No, because it's always threatening them. And that is why they are very, very interested in what is going on in Biafra territory. They are. So I'm trying to tell us that we are placing our Ogechukwu in the hands of Chukwu Okike Abiyama this very first day of January. God, please guide him, protect him, the evil eyes of the zoo. He's never ever going to experience any bad thing as a leader of Biafra. No. And that thing that he's going to Washington, D.C. to look for, we are in full support. That thing that he's going to Washington, D.C. to look for, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we know that Ogwe Belugokwa Nambabu, Oga Otololi lives in this 2026. Oga, it can't pass it. It's not going to move past 2026. Because already he has gone very far with those congressmen. Yes. And as we are talking about United States, we are also talking about Israel. You think that Israel is not looking at with one eye into what is happening in Biafra? Yes, Netanyahu may pretend that he doesn't know that Biafra is it, but he knows. Omar. And he knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is bam bam with Israel. Yes, he sees all those things. He knows that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a strong Jew. How much are all those things? You see it, my people. So we have 1 million hope that this our Biafra, it is not going to be long. We will get what we want. Yes, we need to give ourselves, continue to give ourselves this motivation. We are not like the people that are standing on that have decided to go and be sitting down once and be looking at what is going on. But after holding a space, you see them. They will come and be listening, peeping around. Nonsense people. You will like, you will share, but you won't go and donate and support us in our donation so that we will step up the de facto side. You see? Yes. Because the standard that others have, because if you hear Netanyahu speak, he will tell you that this Somaliland, they conduct serious elections. Their elections are well organized. Those are some of the reasons that they have been, they considered before recognition. If you hear Netanyahu talk, when are we going to get to that stage? It needs funding. Yeah. So we know that we're not on that stage. This is my own personal opinion. Oh. I've said it yesterday. Yeah, but we can be recognized before, Yeah, because once America brings his recognition, Nigeria will just have to pack out with immediate effect. You see, if they refuse to, then we'll get that support that we've been looking for. That's the way it works. Oh, okay, Dr. David, then you can go on now. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope I'm coming
Yes,
out.
you are.
Sorry.
Baby's crying. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. My daughter was just trying to disturb me. Oh, Biafrans, wonderful people. Greetings from here and happy New Year to each and every one of you. Sister Nkiru, thank you so much for this your wonderful topic. Thank you, for bringing us together, to speak on Biafra, to speak about time to get serious. This is the first day of the year 2026. In fact, we can do it. We have to take our resolutions for the year. Very important. Greetings, those of you who have been on the path of truth. Rage and Fury, greetings, my brother. Happy New Year to you. Every one of you that is here, I send my lovely greetings to every one of you. Yes, we really appreciate Okike for bringing us to this new year. Like our sister said, by this time last year, by this time 2020, even 2024 and 25, it was misunderstandings here and there. But this year, we are free from rancor, we are free from in-house fighting, we are free from sabotage from the psychiatric people and her likes. We are free. There's nothing like accountability. There's nothing like psychiatric patients in this 2026. So we are starting this year on a very wonderful note. And I say my greetings to our APM, His Excellency Active APM, Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, for standing very strong. Your government at this time have been so strong for the Biafran people and the Biafran cause. The cabinet members that you are working with, they are so resolute, they are so committed towards this cause because they see your commitment, they see your resoluteness, they see your courage, they see your consistency. That is why people that are consistent like you are also following you and also part of this government. Our information minister, Maazi Sonny Akbalawa, I appreciate you so much. COS, we appreciate you so much. MID Briggs, we appreciate you so much. Bishop Comforts, we appreciate you so much. MNEK, and every one of you, okay, every one of you that is in this cabinet, greetings and salutings for making it happen in 2026. No rank to start with. Very, very important. And I want to use this opportunity to appreciate the Biafran Defense Forces. I greet you for standing the ground, making sure that you are defending the Biafran cause. Greetings and salutings. Continue to do the needful, standing on the path of truth and defending the land of our ancestors. I also appreciate our leaders in detention. They are the face, they are the reason why we are standing even stronger than stronger. Our leader, NNAMDI KANU, have not given up, and we never give up because he knows the cause for which he stands for. He knows the cause for which he is fighting. He said our leader have always maintained his position, that he can never give up for Biafra. In fact, it is better that he said between him and Biafra, one thing must happen. It is either he is lowered to the ground or Biafra is restored. But we are telling NNAMDI KANU, you are not going to be lowered to the ground. Rather, Biafra will be restored. The same thing we said to Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. And that is why our leader have stood his ground, even when emissaries have been sent to him, even while in DSS custody, our leader have maintained his stand. They stand from day one. Up to this moment, our leader is very much unshakable. And they know it. They want to break, they tried everything to break his strength. They tried everything to discuss, to weigh him down. They thought that our leader is like Wazirike, but they never succeeded. And now they have seen it. That a lot of NNAMDI KANUs are now in Biafran Republic government in exile. And that is why I want to tell everybody that is in this community that Biafra is here. Remember our APM used to say that Biafra is here, Biafra is here, Biafra is here. There is something our PM do not want to tell us yet. But I want you to know that Biafra, like our APM have said, is already here with us. We need to do some fine-tuning. Then, boom, Biafra will be recognized. So that is what we are going to do in this 2026. That fine-tuning is the resolutions we are going to make. Is what we expect to see Biafra in this community to do, so that Biafra will be fully restored. Today, we are talking about Somaliland, right? Somalis, like Raid said, they went through a lot of things. They went through a lot of turbulent times. A lot of people paid the ultimate price. A lot of people were under intimidation, harassment by Somalia. You know, they passed through thick and thin. But today, they are now happy for it because they paid a lot of sacrifices. They paid a lot of prices. And today, they have been recognized. Today, they are happy. They are celebrating. They are joyful because their suffering has paid off. So you, as a Biafran that is in this community, first of all, I welcome you to the Biafran community. There is a reason why this community is here. There is a reason why you joined this community. And as you join, please try to share this community to every other groups that you know. As long as you are a Biafran, you belong to the Biafran community. So we have to use here to talk to our people. If you are so much happy, you appreciate what is happening to Somaliland, then you should be very much happy that you are in this community. This community, we are going to use it to achieve a lot of things. First of all, our coming together as a community is a plus, irrespective of where you have been before. As long as you say you are a Biafran, as long as you know that your mother tied to a piece of wrapper, as long as you know that you come from the 40 states of Biafra land, you belong to this community. So it is our responsibility to now preach Biafra, to now support Biafra, to now fund our freedom. This is one of the best resolutions that we are going to make in this 2026. Yes, resolution of funding. Very, very, very important. The reason being that Somaliland that is free today, they did a lot of diplomatic work on the ground. They lobbied a lot of Israeli government officials. They lobbied American government officials. They made their case before the Congress. They made their case before the Congress, the Senate, and all the rest of it. And today, it has paid off using Israel. So, they contributed immensely for their freedom. And today, they are not regretting it because they are free as a nation. Don't mind what who is African Union, what are they saying? Don't mind what European unions are saying. All these are terrorist affiliated unions that you have. The Fulanis, the Islamic world put all these organizations, all these unions in place in order to counter every good thing that is coming to the continent or the world. Because to them, they want Islam to rule the world. They want Islam to take charge. So they want a situation whereby whatever they say goes. But they don't know that Okike destined America to be number one. They don't know that Israel is a fortified ally of the United States. And there is nothing Israel said that America will not accord to. There is nothing America said that Israel will not accord to. So whatever you see the European Union, the African Union, and all the rest of these Islamic affiliated unions said against Somaliland, it is not going to stand. It is not going to stand because they don't want the truth. They don't want people to be free. They want their Islamization agenda. They want to continue. As long as Turkey, Iran is part of the Islam world, nothing good will come out of these unions that are headed by Islamists. Very, very important. So in our own case, Biafrans, it is a year that we have with history. This 2026 is going to determine what Biafran will look like. This 2026, Biafra must understand and appreciate Chukwu Okike Abiama for what. This 2026 is a year that we must appreciate the contributions, the effort for your people to be free. It is a year with history. So we have to sit on very sound notes like we have started right now. If you are in this community, you have not shared the space. If you are in this community, you have not shared this community. If you are in this community and you have not created any awareness for Biafra, you still have opportunity of being now. You still have an ample opportunity of doing even as we speak. Because We are going to make history in this 2026. And it is for each and every one of us on this platform to be partakers of that history. First of all, take a look at Biafra. What in Biafra land that you say you will be very proud of? Absolutely nothing. What can you say that you have? Whenever remember, you are proud, even as you say you are somehow a Nigerian, that you are proud of Nigerian. Absolutely, there is nothing. So that is the reason why we must increase what we are doing in the fight for our freedom. If we are in this platform, you must have to start making your contributions to Biafran Republic government in exile under this leadership of active APM for the recognition of Biafra. The recognition of Biafra is the only thing that will break the camel's back. All this terrorism, all this intimidations, all this harassment, Tiger Bezo, what is that terrorist camp that we have in Imo State, Obinzeo, and all the rest of them. Once Biafra is recognized, okay, no so, no so. That is the reason why you must, if you do not appreciate the atrocities, if you do not support the atrocities that is happening in Biafra land, even as you speak, then I don't see any reason why you will not support what this government is doing or has done so far for the freedom of our people. If you are not comfortable with the incessant insecurity that is caused by the Nigerian terrorist state in our land, if you are not comfortable with the moribund economy in Biafra land, no development, no nothing. The only thing you can talk about is, oh, people like all these celebrities, oh, they make money, they do this, they do that. How many of these celebrities that you want to emulate, you want to be like, how many of them can stand for Biafra? You know the reason why they can't stand for Biafra? The reason they can't stand for Biafra is because they are making their money in Nigeria out of Nigeria. And they can never support anything that will disrupt or destroy their means of income under Nigeria. So, if you want to be like them under Biafra, if you want to be more than them, where the government of Biafra will provide and make provisions, when you after school you can have a job, even when you don't have, the government will give you grant, even when you don't have any business doing, or even when you are a small scale business and you want to expand it, and government can be able to assist you, just like it is done in the Western world. Biafra is there. It cannot happen now because we are not free, because Nigeria is still occupying most of our places. Nigeria is still having their affiliate. They are having their representatives in their territories. The governors, the senators, all these are speaking for Nigeria. As long as they are there, you and I can never be free. But once we are free, once we evict them from our land, believe me, you are going to be a policy maker. You will contribute in the administration of Biafra land. You can now be able to speak your mind of what is going to happen in Biafra land. As a matter of fact, how the structure of the de facto government in the homeland was made, it is a government that is very close to the ordinary person in the least communities, in the least villages that we have in Biafra land. So this is where it starts. In this community, if you contribute to the Biafran cause, that contribution is going to go a long way in the lobbying activities that is happening.
All right, David.
It's very capital intensive. Yeah, are you trying to talk to me?
Okay, yeah, the network was just there was a time you there was a small break. You can round up if you want to.
It's
Yeah,
raining
your
here.
network is just fluctuating.
So,
Mm.
good. So okay, so please, your contribution is going to go a long way. It's going to go a long way for our lobbying effort in Washington, D.C. Those in the homeland, your contribution to the de facto in the homeland, the BDF support, is going to go a long way to our liberation. Don't stand on the fence. Don't stand on the fence and say you are waiting for NNAMDI KANU until he serves his life imprisonment before you can support. Don't stand on the fence until you say you are waiting for Simon Ekpa before he finishes 6 years, before you can come out. There is nothing that Simon Ekpa, NNAMDI KANU, is fighting for that Oge Nchukwu Nkere is not representing, GIE is not representing. This is something that each and every one of us should understand. Those of them who have come to derail this movement, we already know them. You have already known them. You want me to mention their names? Of course you know them. Their actions and activities have been able to separate them from you that is actually fighting for your freedom. So use your tongue and count your teeth for you to know those whom the government of America right now recognizes as the only legitimate authority that is speaking for the Biafran people. Only then will you be convinced that you are in the right place. BRGIE is the only government. There is none whatsoever anywhere under this planet Earth that is now speaking for the Biafran people. Go to www.biafranrepublicgovernment.org, all in small letters, and you can see the diplomatic work that this brigade under APM have done for you to be free from the terrorist Nigerian state. Please, contribution is very important in 2026 so that before this time next year, we will be celebrating. Just Somaliland are full of smiles in this December going forward. Thank you so much. I'll stop from here now. I'll come back again. There one.
Hey, working, David. All right, thank you so much. Okay, Rach, when your hand is raised, yeah, you can add what you want to add before I talk to the fourth state.
Hey, I just want to, yeah, thank you. I just want to just briefly speak on what the point that Mr. Mazi David made about AU, that is African Union. I want us to understand that all these organizations like African Union, these are the bodies that the oppressors have used to keep us in darkness, to keep us in slavery. They have used them to keep us in hunger. And this so-called AU that you see, they don't want anybody to rise. That is why they are going against the recognition of Somaliland. So when they see that anybody is about to be freed from all these colonial masters and oppressors, they use AU to keep the people in slavery, to destroy that freedom that is coming to the people. And when you look at it, the people that are in this AU, they are just very little percent of people that are not representing the interest of the general population. You understand? So, as a matter of fact, whenever we see anything called AU and all these bodies that they are using to suppress us, to keep us in slavery, we must chase them away and chase them to wherever it's possible for us to chase them to, because these are people that they have used. They are just like crab. All this AU, they are not rising, and they don't even want anybody to rise. You understand? So we must beware of these bodies called AU. these are the people that the likes of Britain and the EU are using to suppress Africa, keep people in slavery, to get the indigenous people killed. And whenever genocide is being carried out against Christians and indigenous people in Nigeria, you've never heard AU speak about it, speak against it, to condemn it. But now a country has been recognized to be free. Look at how they are creeping out. You understand? So these are very evil organizations. They are used to enhance the slavery, to enable the slavery from their colonial masters. You understand? So that is why I actually raised my hand that AU does not have anything good for anybody, and there are just few percent of people that are there that are not representing the people of Africa. Thank you very much. I yield the mic.
Yeah, thank you, Rich, my brother. Yeah, okay. Okay, Honorable Emeka, welcome. Honorable Mr. Snow, welcome. Yeah, Mazen Kudinamba, Tutos, welcome. Who else just joined? Okay, Don King, Emmanuel. All right, Oscar Chooks, Apugo. None. Oh, Dr. Egiwe. Ikuku, yeah, you see. Welcome. All right. Okay, so
And I will also plead to my brothers and sisters as they are coming. Please, in your own little way, you can pick up the mic and encourage our people, because the Bible says, faith cometh by hearing the word of freedom. So please, in your own little way, don't just stay on the listening session. You can come and also talk to our people and encourage them. The need for them to increase their commitment and their support for the BROGIE that has brought to put our name on the line, take our name to the international community. You understand that is giving Nigeria ahead. So please don't just remain on the listening session. Kindly come to the mic. Thank you very much. I yield the mic once again.
good. Thank you, Rich. All right. So our information minister put up a community. Yes. So what is the essence of this community? Essence of this community is for everybody. If you see it on the timeline, click on it and join. And who am I talking to? Today is first day of January. I'm talking to 40 states of Biafra. Yes, Biafra have 40 states. I may not know all the names of my mind. Yes, but I will call the one that are in the zoo that I know. Yes, Warri is part of Biafra. Bayelsa is part of Biafra. Biafra, they may be a dot, but it's big. Akwa Ibom is part of Biafra. Cross River is Biafra. What are you people doing? We have Fulani threat too. Don't be jumping up and down that Trump is our daddy Trump is handling it. As you can see, the first strike have happened. They are planning the second strike, but as they're planning the second strike, the killing is not stopping. So you cannot leave all this job only for United States. That is what we are saying. All our brothers are for United States to tackle, because there are some of them that are inside nook and corners that United States will not reach. What are you waiting for? 40 states of Biafra, including the one that have decided to go and sit down somewhere and be staring. America is not going to solve all of our problems. So, or you want our people to continue to die? They will not. What we are saying in this first day of January is for you people to wake up. Yes, from January 2025 to December 2025, you people have used it to while away time and be watching what is happening. We have entered a new year now. America is not going to give us money for us to keep up the defense. You see the security personnel of Somaliland, they have 3 sets there. You see them. There are people that are sponsoring that thing. Yes, it's people like you and me living abroad. Hane Wetego, I heard that their this thing is 6 billion. Yes. And they said that most of that $6 billion are people donating it. Yes, that is what I read when I googled their resources. $6 billion. Now people where they like me and you, they donate. They say that is most of it comes from Somalilanders living abroad. Go and Google it. Oh, Minister Snow. Yes, they're small though. If they can organize themselves and be resourcing Somaliland up to that amount of money, they say almost. They say almost. Maybe like they are donating like 4 billion. People like you and I. Why are we not? Why are we not going to step up this new year? Let me allow Minister Snow to go ahead. Mr. Snow, welcome. And everyone, welcome. Yeah, Mr. Snow, if you're ready. If not, Dr. David will just continue. Yeah, Mary, when you're ready, you can raise your hand, yeah?
I just want to add what you said. Can you hear me, Sister Nkiru?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, there's something you said very important, especially those in the riverine areas in the coastal region of Biafra. This is the time for everybody to rise up, to everybody to wake up. We understand their impediment. We understand the reason why most of them are indifferent. We understand the reason why most of them could not join, have not been able to join for a very long time. You see, Nedo Nwoko made us to understand that during the war, they were threatened. If you say you are a Biafran, or you say you are an Igbo, there is a punishment for you. Even that punishment can lead to death. So most of them were afraid. And that is why the Igbo-speaking Biafrans have borne the highest brunt, the highest chunk of this persecution. And that is why we are carrying this Biafra on our head, because we were the most persecuted, we were the most threatened at that particular time and that year. But we want them to understand that this time around, our leader, our government have created that awareness that nobody is going to penalize you for supporting who you are. Nobody is going to, criminalize you for supporting the cause that you believe in. We want you to understand that we all are Biafrans. We understand, or we understood what happened between 1967 to 1970. We understand the intimidation, the harassment. We understand the atrocities that Nigerian government using their soldiers committed in our land in those years. And yes, of course, we understand that, and we are not going to hold you accountable or account for, having to save your life and deny who you are. But now that you have realized that it is only Biafra that can save each and every one of us, now that you realize that all of us must come together in order to achieve this common goal, which is Biafra, for each and every one of us to be free, what are you still waiting for? Are you waiting? What have you benefited from one Nigeria since after the war? If you go to Okwama community, you go to the riverine communities, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, even when you denied Biafra, being a Biafran, there is absolutely nothing that the Nigerian government have done for your own benefit. Rather, they continue to subjugate, intimidate, and continue to make sure that they try to criminalize every activity that you do, even when they take the natural resources that come from your land. They started with, oh, Igbo is going to marginalize you. We are going to marginalize. Nobody is going to marginalize anybody under Biafra. As a matter of fact, Biafra is for each and every one of us, and every one of us have the same equal rights under Biafra. So this is the time for Biafrans in the coastal region to rise up. For those of you who are still sleeping, because our Urobo Usoko Biafrans have risen up. You have to contribute. This is the time to contribute for your freedom. Now, Biafra, the world has been Biafranized. Biafra is on the lips of everybody. Remember, 10 years ago, who are you to stand talking about Biafra? Even when you are in that evil contraction called Nigeria. But today, you can even go to Abuja and speak about Biafra because they know that this is the time for Biafra. So what we are trying to say, I'm trying to awaken the subconsciousness of our Biafrans in the coastal regions to come out now and support Biafran Republic government in exile, which they now know. Nobody can say they don't know what BRGIE has done or is doing for Biafran restoration. So what is delaying you? What is stopping you from coming to donate and support this government so that all of us, when we are free, then we can be able to iron our differences on confederated states in Biafran territory in Biafra land. Thank you so much.
I beg, in line with what David said, Madam Unki, please. And I will talk about. I don't know if I can just say like one or two.
Okay.
Can
Of
I?
course, yeah. Before
All
we
right.
continue.
As a matter of fact, this coastal, the people they are calling coastal region now people like me who come from Isoko, Urubu, Bayelsa, Igodo, Migodo, Nyoma, Ika. We Biafrans that come from this area, in order to divide us, to conquer us. That is why they say we be coastal, you understand? So, like David said, which punishment is going to be given to you for accepting your identity, for accepting who you are? That will be more than when you wake up in the morning, you see your children crying, they don't have food to eat. They can't go to school because you cannot afford the school. Which punishment is going to be more than the bad roads that your young one, like what happened to Anthony Joshua recently now, nearly cuts off his life, cuts off the lives of his two friends. Which punishment will be more than that? Which punishment will be more than the fact that you as a married man, you married your wife, you raise children with your wife, but you cannot take care of your wife because of what Nigeria has done to you, because of the harsh economy reality of Nigeria. You cannot take care of your wife, that your wife has to sneak out and sleep, have sex with young Yahoo boys to get money, to bring food to the house, to put food on the table for you and your baby and your children. Which punishment is going to be more than that? Our people, let us wake up. One truth we need to understand is, I don't even, sometimes when I look at the likes of Tompolo, General Gabriel Asabuja, I just shake my head, my head. So why do you want to keep working for the slave master? Look at the likes of Gabriel Asabuja. He's a very young spiritual, a man that loves God, a very young, intelligent, gallant armed carrier. You understand? So if we have the like of Asabuja as chief of defense staff in Biafra Nation, are we not going to like it? Knowing fully whether it is your brother that is heading that department. If we have a maker as army chief of defense staff, are we not going to happy? If we have Ogenero as the army chief of defense staff, are we not going to be happy? Because when we have these people that their mother title peace slapper like us, we know their papa house, we know their mama house. All like this one they bring for Fulani, from Mausa, from Yoruba, we don't even know their background. They can, come with their gangs and wipe out a full community. There's nowhere you can trace them to. You have no history about them. But if my brother from the Igbo speaking, from Isoko, from Igodo, from Ijo, from Ishekiri, from Calabar, from Igala Igede, head all this security department, they will be very careful on how they kill our people, because they know that the same market that my mother goes to sell her goods is the same market that his mother goes to sell his goods. So if he does it there, he knows that the people know him. They will go to his family house and ask questions that why should this thing happen under your care? But in Nigeria, it is completely opposite. They will bring a total stranger that you don't know his history, you don't know lifestyle, you don't even know his religion. A total stranger, whether he's a terror, he has committed terrorism, wherever he is, they just bring him as a police chief. to a Biafra region. They just bring him as an army chief. They just bring him as police chief, as this, and that. So these are the things we are saying. There's no punishment that anybody is going to give to you for identifying with who you are, for accepting your identity, for accepting that those two peace rapper, that will be more than what we have suffered under Nigeria. Which punishment will be more than the same water that you pour in is where you fetch water to drink from? Which punishment will be more than that? Which punishment will be more than we Isoko people? There is no job. We have to go to we ferry our canoe to the river even in the rainy season. And so we'll carry shovel, carry the canoe inside the middle of the river. We go inside the water, carry sand, put inside canoe. After the canoe is full, we ferry it, offload the cup. Which punishment will be more than that? So my people, let us come together. That is the message we bring. Freedom is the best thing we are going to give to the next generation. Freedom is the best thing we are going to give to our children. Even if we cannot enjoy the children, let us get this freedom for our children so our children do not go this route. Our parents, our grandparents, they did their bits, but they did not do enough. Because if they had gotten this freedom for us, all we would just do is just to build on it. Our leader said our people fought three years, they just fought 3 years, and everybody ran away. It ought not to be like that. If they have gotten the freedom for us today, as we are here, just to consolidate on it, to build our nation, is all that we will do. So are we going to leave it for our children again? Are we going to live for the freedom for our children to fight again? That the Nigerian state will kill our children, kill our daughters, kill our young men? Is that what you want? You want for them again? Please, let everybody come on board. Let's unite with the Biafra Republic government in exile and do this thing once and for all. Thank you very much. There are many hands up so that I don't take too much time.
All right. Thank you so much, Rich. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, you wait for Minister Snow, okay? Yeah. Minister Snow. Oh, welcome. Happy New Year.
Oh yes, and Happy New Year. And
thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone. I know Bala New Year already. We've gone into our New Year earlier when we had our program.
That's right.
Oh, Happy New Year to everyone. To our defense forces. The main reason why we are even talking in the first place, because if there is no body defending our mothers and our fathers back home, by now they would have wiped them off, and we wouldn't be talking about this here. So Happy New Year to our Igwe Butoza, who of course spoke to us not quite long. Happy New Year to all those who have sworn an oath to pay the ultimate price if it comes to it for the freedom of their people. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. And of course, Obakanulu na nna sonye ndu Happy New Year. Obaruru na nna sonye ndu Happy New Year. Obaruru. We are living in Biafra. We don't have a New Year. We don't have a Christmas. We don't have none of those until we restore the independent state of Biafra. And I believe that that's how Onyendu sees it too. But Happy New Year, Onyendu, because Onyendu is alive. If Onyendu is not alive and here today, we wouldn't understand truly everything that he is saying or that he has said. Any one of us that is talking today, that is speaking about Biafra, has a root from NNAMDI KANU. So Happy New Year to our own living Amamon Boya God, because Onyendu is the only prophet I know. You that go to church, you that do whatever you do, you know it deep down in your heart if you've listened to NNAMDI KANU, that's the only prophet if you have ever believed in anything prophecy. So Happy New Year to him. Happy New Year to every one of you. We are in a new year, a year that we're going to make a difference. In everything that we're going to be doing this year, if you do not have Biafra first at heart, please don't distract us. We don't want distractions this year. We want to focus on making sure that we galvanize our people in whichever way we can to raise funds to fund our liberation. No matter whatever anybody do, don't get distracted. And that leads me into talking about what you guys were all talking about right now. The only reason why we have not restored Biafra is because people are not willing to do what they are supposed to do. People are not living up to their responsibility. I'm talking about even from the time that Mazi Simon Ekpa was just here. If people ever took anything serious, we wouldn't be, we wouldn't be talking about whether somebody from the Riverline area, as they call, or wherever, is doing what they're supposed to do. Because we all need to understand that there are our brothers and sisters from that Riverline area who are your defense forces too. So that's not the conversation. It's the people, Biafrans are not yet realizing what is going on and seeing the reason why they have to go around this whole year throughout the Christmas. Everybody's unveiling homes, beautiful homes, cars, flashy, mini bags of rice to people that you don't know if they're going to be alive in the next 2 months, and you don't care. You have all these big mansions without a sewage system, and you build it, just put up the structure there for people to look at it, and you vanish and you're living where you're living. Every other Christmas, you come back, you clean it up, you freshen it up, or maybe you build it and you share some mini bags of rice to those who are living then. Life goes on. It is people not realizing what they are supposed to do and doing it. But you know what? Holding accountability does not only, for freedom, does not only rest on the shoulders of the wealthy. You that's struggling to make sure that your family back home something to eat for Christmas, to do this, to live normal life, or you have your wives back home, who of course you can't bring to the US anymore because of the visa restrictions. You have all these things back home. You have your family back home. You who is struggling, you have a responsibility. We have a national duty. You want to talk about Somalia, they're not united under a government. They need to rise up and do what they are supposed to do. You see, all these things we're saying about whether the Riverine area did this, for me, these things are conversations that should be behind us already. Biafrans need to realize what they are supposed to do and start doing it. This 2026, man, we have to take this opportunity. This is what we have to realize. The people that are in government now in the United States that are trying everything to see that section of Christians and which aligns with your, those people they have in office too. So you have a window. If you don't do anything within these windows, and the aggressors are coming with intensity, if you don't do anything within these windows, there's going to be a problem in our land. So it's a collective responsibility. People in different areas in the United States, in the EU, everywhere can really give us $50 every month, every week, every month at most. We can have more than 500,000 people doing this, putting all in their heart that, okay, I'm a soldier for my people. I really believe that we can actualize Biafra because I've listened to Mazen NNAMDI KANU. Be honest to yourself. You know you can do it. And we have just 500 giving us $50 or 50 every week or every month. We have the capacity. So it doesn't only rely on the millionaires and the who are comfortable living the life that they live in, even though they hide abroad. It all depends on every one of us. We have younger people too, who can give us $20 every week, every month. That is the essence of the crowdfunding. That is why they have GoFundMe. So we can do it. We in diaspora can do it and free our people back home. Where do you think the 50 million votes came from? It came from back home. They've given you the power to do it. So we can do it. All we need to do is to realize that the only vehicle that is going to arrive us to Biafra is Briggy. There is no, oh, I don't know why people live in Norway, people live in Poland, people live in all these countries in Europe that got their independence using government in exile, but you still cannot look into your own and believe it and work for it. What we need is people to stop the hypocrisy. Don't say that Mazen NNAMDI KANU is your leader, that you believe everything Mazen NNAMDI KANU said, and you cannot do anything to help Mazen NNAMDI KANU. That's hypocrisy. Don't do that. If we do what we're supposed to do, Biafra will be ours. But if we don't, our people are going to suffer. Our people are going to see when all these beautiful houses you've built, you ain't going to be able to live in it. When the Fuller boys come, I'm telling you, Fuller boys come down, boy, I buy your people, man. These boys are not playing. So if you live in the United States, where we have over 2.5 million Biafrans, where we have over 1.5 million able and capable working Biafrans who can afford at least 50 a Gemma every week. if you come across our voice, endeavor to do this thing. We're not forcing you, but we're advising you to do the right thing. May God continue to bless each and every one of us here. I want us also to understand that organizations like AU, UN, all these people are never going to do anything for your interest. If they never condemn the killings, if UN encouraged Nigeria to recruit Boko Haram and send them down to our land, I mean, the videos are there. If UN encouraged Nigeria to do that, if the AU never condemned the cries of the indigenous people, then there's nothing they can do for you. Don't rely on people like this. Don't even waste your time on them. To be honest, you don't need to waste your time on them. All those organizations, they are there just to serve the interest of the people that want to take over your whole resources. Who built their AU building for them? They couldn't even build their own building. So it was a gift. You can't worry about those kind of people. I just want Nigerians to realize something. The people who claim to be Nigerians, the more you value or add, find a way to cover this your Nigeria, the more you guys are going to experience more problems. The more they will try to put value on what Nigeria is, the more they're going to be accumulating problems. The best thing to do right now is for everybody to get up. If you say you are Oduduwa, you go and do your Oduduwa something. If you're in Arewa and you are smart enough, you go and make sure that you start galvanizing your people. In Biafra land, we're already here and we're reaching out to our people. But if you claim to be a Nigerian, I am telling you, these Fula boys that are coming into Nigeria or that are already in Nigeria, they don't know what you're saying. They don't hear your language. And you are an enemy. These people that are coming, they don't hear your language and you are an enemy. It might not get to you, but it's going to get to your family, maybe back home or wherever they are. So everybody needs to rise up now. Even if you claim you're a Nigerian, and start making sure that your people understand the security threats that await them. Nigeria is going to burn. Just watch this week that we're entering into the first. They're going to try to mark the first 100 years of 2026. I'm telling you, this is how Nigeria is going to go. So if you like your people, rise up. If you don't, it's up to you. But if you're a Biafran and you still don't believe in patriotism towards Biafran cause, give us your IOU loan. Give us your IOU loan. It is a situation where you loan the government of Biafra your money, be it $5,000, $1,000 for you in diaspora or wherever you are. when we restore the independent state of Biafra and we have control of our land, we're going to pay you back your money with 200% of it. And of course, you're going to get a certificate that is going to show that you loaned this government, your people, your money when they needed you. It is an option that is open for a person who does not believe in what we are saying right now, who does not see the light of what we are saying. You don't believe in patriotism towards Biafra. That's fine. But this is a way you can help us. Organizations out there, people who are not Biafrans, you can also take advantage of this IOU loan. If you believe in the cause that you see us fighting, you can take this for your children. Invest $1,000, $5,000 as you keep supporting what we are doing. It is going to help us to propel and protect our people, provide for our people that has been, man, people don't understand what Biafrans are going through. There are people that are really suffering. If they have to jump over people to get a bag of rice, our people are suffering. You hear what Rage is saying here about people sleeping. These are stories. These are real stories that I have heard. So our people are suffering. Giving us a loan will help us provide some kind of humanitarian assistance to our people. We need to do this. So we need a lot of funding. We need a lot of funding. Every Biafran, you are advised to pay liberation tax. We are in a modern century, in a modern world. You should be able to visit the Biafra Republic Government in Exile website, see what is going on in there, align yourself with it. That is how you build your own. So as a young Biafran, I'm not talking to these billionaires. I don't have time to talk to them here. As a young Biafran who believes that 2026 there should be a change, you're somewhere in diaspora, you know that what you're doing almost it a pepper body. You know that the way you gotta wake up, do this, do that, do this. Say it's entering you, man, that you feel like you need a change. Align yourself with this government. Provide your funding as little as you can. If you are back home, or back home, you can be a part of this. Give us your IOU loan too. There are people who are bringing IOU loan from back home. Give us your IOU loan. 500,000 AJ, 1 million AJ. If you have more than that, you can bring it. Give us your IOU loan. That money, look at how they're burning you guys shop in Lagos, burning it down everything. Save your money with Biafra so that when we are able to restore our land properly, you will have a modern market. You have a proper market if that's what you choose to do. Nye your IOU loan. Ege wee na-agbakasị anyị na Lagos. Give it to us. Nye anyị as your IOU loan. Binye government ga-ego. Do you know what a privilege it is? It is a big privilege to serve your nation in that aspect. Na Chineke nye gị ego and you were able to help your people when they needed you. So nye anyị ego gị as your IOU loan nwanne m. Agbazina anyị na Lagos. Rebonata nke ị nwere enwe. Rebonata nke ị nwere enwe, nye anyị the money as your IOU loan. Ebe ọzọ enwe another large population of our people is China. A lot of people don't know that. There's a lot of our people in China. I just realized it. Ndị a niile nọ na China. You don't know that you can join force with ụmụ nwanne gị nọ na Aba. Mana emecha anya si na anyị amasigo ka esi azụ ahịa, anyị masi the plotting and the number one plus and minus of business. Ọ bụ na ịma, if you know market like that, you should know that you have a large market back home. You know, when if I get Kukita Mazi NNAMDI KANU na-ekwube. So you, all of you si na unu gesi Mazi NNAMDI KANU, he's another savior. Give us your IOU loan, brother. Ego a niile ịkpasị now. Kedu uru ọ ga-abalụ gị ọ bụ na Biafra bịara? Biafra nwee itiri mkpu ya ifo egbu your brothers, your friends for. So give us your IOU loan. We can do this thing. The honest truth is that Biafrans can do it. We don't really need anybody's help in that sense to do it, but we are just not doing what we are supposed to do. So, unu nọ na China, give us your IOU loan. You that did try to study nursing back home, ka ịgbapụta obodo oyibo, ịnọzi obodo oyibo, either UK or America, arụzi ọrụ, chenu maka ụmụ nwanne gị chọrọ ịgụ nursing na back home. Can they actually get that same system back home? Think about it and give us your IOU loan. We will build a better, a strong Biafra, a big nation for you that you're going to be very proud of what you have done. Call it your investment, because you're going to get 200% of whatever you give the Biafra Republic government. Call it a life savings. But give us your IOU loan. Because no, echefukwa now. No dogu without the homeland. I don't know where you are. Ninazo dogu now. Omego menka nkozo without a homeland. You're nobody. The earlier we gather and do this together, the better for each and every one of us. Kaira pui hempako, akwefo mpako, kaitufu mpako, oge nyanyi, oge buayaka. You know, if you're a content creator, give us an IOU loan. Because Kitamkuru Ifa, this guy, I just remembered them. Obunibo, a content creator, I know you guys have a lot of money. Give us your IOU loan. Loan. Nobody's ever going to know Minyai loan. Give us your IOU loan. We're telling everybody this now because in the future, your children's children are going to ask you, what did you do? Makabu Makabiafra. we're going to get Biafra. We're already in it. We're not going to be able to back out anymore. So time is going to come when your grandchildren are going to ask you, what did you do? We, the government, will answer them, because when they come to receive systems, your name is going to appear on some. You people don't know the kind of land we're going to have. It's going to display that you refuse to be there for your government, for your people when they needed you the most. Please give us your IOU loan. Darling everyone. Thank you, Mazi Sonny. I see you're here. Greetings, my brother, and Happy New Year. Our APM, or our PM, active PM. I'll say this to you, my brother. Only God in heaven will repay you for all you have done for Biafra. I know, Amam, a lot of people here too might be aware, but only God in heaven will repay you for what you're doing for Biafra. I don't have much to say, because if I talk, they will talk, say that one there. No, but God knows what I'm saying deep down in my heart. Now God will pay you back, my brother. That don't know, that don't everyone.
Wow. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister Snow. Yes, sir. You yourself, honestly, you're also on the line of people I was about to pray for. Yes, today that is 1st of January of 2026. Yes. But before I continue with my prayers, thank you so much for all that you have said, and continue to encourage other people. Yeah, 40 states of Biafra to come and join in this struggle. We are not looking for Igbo nation. This is not Igbo nation. Biafra has been there before the British amalgamated the Northern and Southern Protectorate. We are separate. It's not a table for, it's not a subject for argument. It's not arguable. It's a distinct place that Chukwu Okike Abiyama gave to a particular set of people. So you are a Biafran. The other day, I just heard my brother Reg and Fury that Isoko no get life for 4 days. Are you people not tired? No road, nothing. You people, the place is just no development. Year in, year out. Uno kabi n'ime potopoto, aka na-anya moto n'ime potopoto. When an oil-rich area like that Isoko? One, where are you?
And Yuki, I bet not vessel. I not say 4 days throughout last year.
Oh,
Not even if throughout last year. So, you know the year generator no year generator. Throughout last year, not be only 4 days.
oh my God. All right. One. Yeah, Minister of Information, welcome. When you're ready, you can request mic. Yeah, but I was just dishing out my prayers. Um, yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I'll just continue. When you're ready, you can request mic. Happy New Year. Oh, yeah, you're one.
Yes, you have to apologize to me. You are using part of my time. Hey,
No.
thank you very much for the mic, for hosting us. Happy New Year to you. I want to say Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year to all Biafrans, wherever you may be. I want to wish all Biafrans long life and prosperity. I want to say this to all Biafrans. That thing that you did not achieve last year, Be ready to achieve them this year, because this year is your year. I want to tell to all of you that this year is forward ever and backward never. And my wish to all Biafrans is that you and I will be alive to see Biafra. Once again, Happy New Year to everyone. I want to use this opportunity to greet my leader, Hamadike One of Biafra land, the only man who defeated the zoo. My leader, I want to say Happy New Year to you. The reason I am saying Happy New Year to my leader is because it was the grace of God that kept him alive to see this year. Those who want him dead died before him, but the grace of God continued to keep him because he is a child of heaven. I want to say Happy New Year to him. I want to say Happy New Year to my Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekwan Joko, the Obato Obie One. I want to say Happy New Year to him. I want to say Happy New Year to Ogechukwu Kamma. When the God's time comes, every yoke will start breaking. That name is a name that when you read the meaning of name, you will know that it is a destined name. Ogechi, Ogechi Kamma. Ogechi, Ogechi Kamma. Nkechi nyere m, Nkechi nyere m Kamma. Nke ahụ chi nyere m, nke ahụ chi nyere m Kamma. I want to say Happy New Year to him, and I want to tell him that Biafra is behind him. I want to wish Happy New Year to all our defense forces, the men who are sleeping on the bush for you and I, the men who rejected their comforts, the men who leave their businesses and decide to be in the bush to secure you and I. I want to say that Chukwu Kikabiama will continue guide and protect them. They are going in and going out will be protected by Chukwu Kikabiama himself. I want to say Happy New Year to them. I want to as well say Happy New Year to our lobbyists, our attorney. I want to encourage them to keep on doing what they are doing. I want to tell them that Biafrans will never forget their hard work. Biafra will never forget their impact. And Biafra will definitely appreciate them when the time is right. I want to say thank you very much to everyone who has been doing the needful. Let me go through the topic. Sister Nkiru, please, can you read out your topic? These two. Biafra time to what? To
Okay,
get very...
Biafrans. Okay. Time to get very serious. Day 1 of 2026. We can do
Okay.
this. All right.
Thank you very much. Let me just react over that time. Biafrans, we should know that this is our time. This is our time, and this our time shall never pass us by. Like we have been seeing the people of Somaliland jubilating. We have seen that there is so much joy in Somaliland, and also there is so much cry in Somalia. That is how life is supposed to be. Because when you are getting your blessing, there is people who will be crying over your blessing. But what matters to you is that your blessing, you have gotten it, and that is what matters. As we are congratulating Somaliland, I believe this 2026 is going to be our turn for others to congratulate us, So I'm using this to tell Biafrans that this is our time to get very serious. Day one, today is day one. And there is something that happens in this day one. This early morning, somebody called me and said, are you the admin of Bahrain? I said, yes. He said, I got your number through the website, and how can I get a Biafra ID card and how will I join? I said, did you just wake up today? Did you not? Where are you people when, since all these days that we are looking for you guys? You just wake up today and you are asking for ID card. He said because of all this distraction and all these things, they decided. So what I'm saying in essence is that people are beginning to see that there is a massive turnaround in BRGIE. Do not think that people are not seeing the achievement of BRGIE. People are encourage of Biafra in this first day, in this new year. Let us start doing something serious. Also, this morning I pick up my phone. I call all my some of you members I have. I say, please, Saturday is coming. Please, there is something I want every one of us to do. Though we are not many, but even though it's 2 people, let us go and do a kind of Thanksgiving in our fundraising that is coming on Saturday. Let us use it as a Thanksgiving. The best place you can give your Thanksgiving is in our gathering for BLGIE gathering for fundraising. That is the best place you can give your your appreciation. If you want to thank God for keeping you alive, if you want to thank God for entering into 2026, come this Saturday. This Saturday is supposed to be titled Thanksgiving Day. Let everyone, every Biafra must come that day and glorify God, that thank God for keeping me alive. Thank God for seeing 2026. Because BRGIE fundraising is the best place where you're supposed to sow a seed of thanksgiving. Because you can see what they are doing. What they are doing is to secure human and to protect life and property. Had it been these churches are protecting life and doing needful, if you give your thanksgiving there, if you give your offering there, it will be counted. But they are not doing anything. It is in BRGIE that our land is being defended. Our recognition is being pursued. Our freedom is being eminent. So I want to use this opportunity to encourage everyone that coming this Saturday, let's make it a Thanksgiving Day where we will come and appreciate Chukwokika Biama for making it possible for we to see the year 2026, for making it possible for you not to be among those that passed away. Because it is not by your power, it is not by your righteousness, it is by the grace of God that you are alive today. Therefore, you need to appreciate Chukwokika Abiyama. I want to thank everybody for gathering here, and I want to say that this year, our recognition must come this year. Every occupier in our land, this year we will give them run. They must leave our land this year. This year it will never be like other year. So I encourage all Biafrans that all hands needs to be on desk so that we can get it done. Thank you very much, Sister Inky, for giving me the mic. I have to yield it. Thank you. If I have any other thing, I will come up and say. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother, one. Yes, so today is the first, and then we thank all our Biafran people, yes, for their dedication to this struggle, yes, for the support to this government, yes, and for joining us in the space each time we open spaces. Exactly, because without you people, we don't have anybody to speak to. So we thank our Biafrans. And then after the space, you people also move into our fundraising, and we are most grateful, you see. All right. I will cook, and then when you're ready, you can raise your hand. If not, I'll just go ahead. I'll give a Mazin the number, and then I was dishing out prayers. All right, all right, all right. Information Minister, our beloved one, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Madam K, because time may not allow me later or network because I was in before and then I tried to pick up, but the network kicked out and some other things that came up. I salute everyone, the host, my honorable COS, the entire ministers in the house, our leaders that have lived before us, and our leaders that are in prison, our BDF, our Biafran mothers, women and children in the homeland who are bearing the brunt of one Nigeria terrorist caliphate for decades now. Your synergy, your persistency, your consistency, your determination and focus on Biafra and concentration on Biafra has actually kept the strength and the fire in our leaders going to this day. And that has also rekindled the spirit in many of us. And as we sleep and wake up on daily basis, we have every reason to say thank you to the volunteer armies of Biafra. Yesterday was the 31st. Today is 1st. And on the eve of the 31st, over 65 people were slaughtered in Benue State. Who slaughtered them? Terrorists. Islamic jihadist terrorists. May I ask, which part of Biafra land did you hear that over 65 people were slaughtered on the eve of December? It is not by power, neither is it by might, but it is by your input that determines what happens to you, which will now be called the output. Before Nigerian government declared all Biafrans, sorry, before Nigerian government declared all Biafrans terrorists, they said we are international terrorists. They know why. Because we oppose the ideology of the conquest. We oppose the massacre of babies, women, and children in the contraption called Nigeria. So your support counts. And that brings me to appreciation to the European liaison yesterday for their big sacrifice of the time that they had. You guys have done well, and we appreciate. If you did not tune into the program, if you did not come and give your own support, financially, please head down to the website. Because for there to have been no genocide of our babies, women, and children on the eve of New Year, something had happened. And that thing that had happened is the Biafra Defense Forces. If there is no volunteer army in Biafra land, all these strikes by the terrorists that you see, they will all be happening in Biafra land. That is why we remain very grateful to our eternal leader and the former president of Biafra, and Owazirike, and NNAMDI KANU, and our prime minister, and our active prime minister, and our defense forces, and all the heroes. All the heroes. When I call the leaders of times, you hear their names as leaders. But there are heroes that sacrifice their lives under their watch to make things happen. Ask yourself a question. When severed heads of babies, women, and children were served as a gift in a train all the way from northern part of Nigeria and sent down to Enugu as a gift present to our General Ojukwu and Philip Effiong. When heads of babies, women, and children and men that were cut off like onions, sliced, and then they filled those heads inside a train and sent it down the east as a gift present. When they saw that, what are you supposed to have done? If you are a lily liver type, if you are a fickle minded type, if you are one that cannot take a decision and stand on it in the absence of your leaders or in the face of terror, if you are one that your leaders will be in prison and you say, I don't support any other leader that is acting now or that is working now or that is available now. The only leader I trust are the ones in prison. You keep singing that they are your leaders, but they are in prison. But you cannot do anything to move their legacies and the sacrifices that they have laid on the ground forward. But yet you sing too much. Oh, these are my leaders. These are the people that are my leaders. I don't respect any other person that is here now. Can those your leaders that you so claim, can their leadership gestures be exemplified from inside prison? Can they be showcasing their work inside prison? You come, you shout, they are your leaders, they are your leaders. But they are in the prison. You that claim that they are your leaders, these your leaders have laid template and foundation, have sacrificed and done their own. And the price for us to pay for freedom is that any of them may go down at any time. And when it happens, the next man standing is to pick up. That is why all the leaders that we have, and as freedom fighters, you should not be afraid of death. You should not be afraid of prison. How many soldiers have fallen in the battlefield? Has it stopped the courage of other soldiers picking up the barrel of gun to go after the next terror that is ahead of them? If the march was supposed to end when one leader is imprisoned or killed, then there wouldn't have been freedom. Go and check the history of America. How many of their leaders stood the test of time? How many were taken down before they finally got their freedom? Go and also check Finland. How many of their leaders were taken down before they finally get to the independence? Today, you all celebrate Somaliland. Go and check Somaliland. Ask how many of their leaders were taken down before they finally got to where they are today. So, if tomorrow I am detained or imprisoned, and then you go and sit down and fold your arms, you say, "Oh, you don't have to move forward." It means you are worse than a slave. Because a slave already knows that he or she is a slave and knows that the only thing that is our life serves is slavery, perpetual bondage. From generations to generations, he or she doesn't have a dream. He doesn't have hope of getting out of that place. So if a slave that knows that he or she doesn't have hope for eternity can still one day stand up to oppose the slave master, how about you that was not a slave? And then you had leaders, starting from Mujuku, Philip Effiong. Did they, did they tell you how many of the gallant men and women of the Biafra army fell in the battlefield during Ojukwu and Philip Effiong's time? Did that stop the ideology of Biafra till today? Now learn from Owazirike. When Owazirike rekindled the fire of Biafra, he was not downtrodden by how many of Biafran babies, women, and children or soldiers were slaughtered during the war genocide of 67 to 70s. But what came into him was courage, courage, fire, courage, fire, courage, fire. Did people die during Wazirike's time under his watch? Yes, many. Was it not when they were able to buy and kill many of his gallant men on ground that they finally brought the last one to him inside prison, which his hands were tied? But did that stop Biafra? It did not stop Biafra because God brought NNAMDI KANU. So when you think that one end has been curtailed, there will be a new beginning. When NNAMDI KANU started till this day, how many Biafrans have been killed on the street protesting? How many have been killed in their houses? How many ESN commanders and generals fighting in the battlefield were betrayed and killed? Did that stop the remaining ESN team to metamorphose into the Biafra Defense Forces? It did not stop them. I know some of you have not touched the barrel before and you have not seen death beside you. When you have seen death beside you, and then you will now know what it means to see death, and then you pick the barrel and continue running in line, in streamline. So, heroes fought this line from Mojuku down to the Biafra Defense Forces we have today. And they are still fighting. They are not backing down. So please, if you have not been supporting the Biafra Defense, it's high time you start. Because the reason why you slept and you did not see a bloody December, you did not see a bloody New Year in Biafra land is because of the existence of Biafra Defense. What they started doing since 2023, no, what they started doing since 2020 as ESN is what cleared the road and sent a strong warning to Nigeria that even though we've not taken control of Biafra land yet, but you cannot break our people and kill us like flies the way you do in other parts of Nigeria. That is why we remain very grateful to our great prophet, NNAMDI KANU. If he did not pick up the fire after Owazirike was betrayed, if NNAMDI KANU did not pick up the fire, continue telling everybody the prophecies of Chukwu Okike, the minds and the brains of people will have still been blocked. That is why when I woke up today, I saw a video from Calabar Carnival, and it got me very positive because this is the kind of education messages that we had expected from Nollywood. This is what we had expected from churches. This is what we had expected from schools. This is what we had expected from communities and theaters. You don't even need to tell the Biafra story from beginning to the end to explain whether we were the good guy or the bad guy. Only that playlet that was done in Calabar Carnival 3 days ago or 4 days or 5 days ago, this has got people thinking. It has got people indoctrinated that they now have to go and connect the dots of the Biafra genocidal war armor tank to find out what really happened and why, if Biafra is something that is not harmful to anybody, why is Nigeria declaring the same Biafran people terrorists today? What crime have they committed? Why are they declaring all Biafrans death sentence and life imprisonment today? Because displaying that thing in the carnival is actually connecting a dot and explaining something to people about NNAMDI KANU in prison and about Mazi Monekpa in prison and about our collective Biafra independence. Was it showcased in Kavanchan? No. That educational display was done on the Biafran soil. Calabar from Kakem was where the first shot was fired from the Nigerian terrorist government against Biafra in 1967. That was where the first shot from Nigerian terrorists was fired to spark the beginning of the war against the Biafran people. If this kind of education has been on in all spheres in Nigeria and in Biafra land, tell me what would have happened now. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was preaching, this is the same thing that this carnival display is doing. As you are all here educating Biafrans on daily basis about Biafra and the need, and the contraption of one Nigeria. It is the same message that carnival playlet was displaying by educating people about the genocidal war of Biafran people by Nigerian terrorists and Britain. Because those that don't understand will now go and start finding out what was the role of Britain in this war. Why did they aid and abet Nigeria to eliminate our babies, women, and children? So if there was no education and voice of NNAMDI KANU since 2012, all this genocide and massacre you see happening would have been happening in Biafra land. And if there was no awakening and a formation of Eastern Security Network, which is now the Biafra Defense, all the genocide in Nigeria, the target was Biafra land. Because the presence of the oil and gas and all natural resources is what the terrorists need to use in fighting the war of jihad. Do you remember why Britain had to play a very good role in the genocidal war? They said, because of our stake of over 200 million pounds, where in Biafra land oil reserves. So because of the investment that is there, they had to eliminate everybody. So why is the terrorists in all over Africa trying to make Nigeria their head office? Oh, there is deposit of resources in this very place. If we are able to get hold of here, just like Britain did, we will use all the resources here to fund all our wars against the entire world. Because the war is not just about Biafran people. When Martin NNAMDI KANU was speaking in 2012, America did not listen to him. Israel did not listen to him. UK did not listen to him. Europe did not listen to him. Every African country did not listen to him. But today, who is the first person to designate Muslim Brotherhood as a terrorist organization? America. At times I laugh and I say, God, thank you that this thing is starting from America. So it will be eye-opener because designating them there now and looking for them and all their affiliates and stopping the rest of them from getting the power to transact and to do more business with them and to share intels is a very good lead. So seeing it happening from there is a positive tone. So, dear friends, please, if you have not been supporting the Biafra defense, you've not been supporting BRGIE, ask yourself, what good are you? What good are you that you only come to the media, you shout when you see people massacred in Benue, in Plateau, Kaduna, Kano, and other parts of Nigeria. But when they say, come and support your own freedom, you shy away. Okay, even share the message, share the flyer, share this space. How many of you are on this space? How many of you have shared this space? All of you here on this space have not shared this space. When I come into spaces, I take time to go through some people's page. I click on your pages and I see that you're not even sharing nothing concerning Biafra. You don't even share the space that you are inside, and you just come to sit down, carry chair, and sit down there and listen. Listen to this their sermon. Let them talk. When you finish, maybe you enjoy the sermon, you go back. You don't enjoy the sermon, you go back. But just to share the message, you don't. If BRGIA did not share messages and share the information and testimony of this genocide that is happening and share what Nigeria have done to you as a Biafran, as a Christian for decades, will American government have the information to sanction Nigeria? No country have held Nigeria on their balls to call them their name for centuries. But it's only America that is doing it now. America did not just do it sitting there. America did it based on the bold step of BRGIE. 2026 is here. Are you still going to be stupid and incoherent by shying away from supporting? Are you going to be stupid and incoherent by shying away from supporting your Biafra? It's a simple question. Just like you have done since NNAMDI Kanu was kidnapped. You said NNAMDI Kanu is only your leader. You don't believe in Mazi Simon Ekpa. You sat on the fence. You sat on the fence. The terrorists came. The terrorists came. They maim. They slaughter. They did everything. What did you do? Nothing. Now, are you going to sit on the fence again? Are you sitting on the fence again? Are you sitting on the fence again? I hear that when year pass or when year turn body, people make wishes and yearly resolutions. For those people that have shy away from their responsibilities of protecting their babies, women, and children and supporting Biafra. Oh, I asked a very simple question. What resolutions are you making now? Are your resolutions still to sit on the fence? Are your resolutions still to wait for Mazi Simon Ekpa to come out from prison before you come and support Biafra? Are your resolutions to sit down and wait until you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come and support Biafra? Or your resolutions are you have to go to prison to meet Mazi Simon Ekpa to tell you how to fight for Biafra? Or your resolutions are you have to go to prison to ask Mazi Nnamdi Kanu how to fight for Biafra? Which are your resolutions? Because we have too many dumb and stupid elements, honestly. Because I can't imagine how you will have leaders in prison and then they are not free. They are not free from the brain. They are not free from physical. They are not free from everything. Tell me how someone that is within the four walls of the prison is mentally stable. Tell me. Tell me. Don't you know that you being inside a four-wall room, locked up alone, you don't see sun, you don't see light, you're not given the freedom you need, that you are mentally deranged? Do you know what it means when you are free, walking here and then you're mingling with everybody? Do you know the healing it does to your brain? Do you know just a kiss that somebody gives you on the cheek or the forehead? Do you know how refreshing it is? Do you know how somebody even picks up phone and call you? Like many of you picks up your phone and then call your mom, your siblings, your father. You ask, Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. How are you doing? Or you pick up your phone, you text somebody, I love you so much. Or Happy New Year. Or Merry Christmas. Wish you the best. Better days ahead. You give them good tidings. Do you know what that means? It refreshes, it gives hope. It makes that person feel that he or she has someone that cares. You don't need to be physically present with everyone to affect your life. But if such persons are in prison who do not have such privileges, how do you think their own mental psyche will be? How do you think their own life will be? They've been deprived of having the opportunity to lay their hands on their families, their babies, women and children, and husbands and wives and concubines, and sugar daddy and sugar mom. When somebody is inside prison, you don't have the privilege to all those things. They are all restricted. Some you may not even see your child for decades. But all of you here have the opportunity. So now tell me, are your resolutions that your leaders in prison will be the one to lead you from prison, while you that is walking out here will be taking orders, going to prison to take orders from your leaders on what to do and what not to do and how to go? Is your brain so dead that you claim to be a free man walking, but you cannot reason, cannot add up to know what to do when your leaders are chained down? Are you supposed to be the one going to look for advice from your leaders in prison? Or your leaders in prison are supposed to look up to you to see your capability of what you will do so that you can get them out? So at this point, who will be getting who out? Oh, invariably, the leaders that are in prison will now be getting you people also dragged into prison, Abby, because as you are outside, your brains are not working well. So it's better they drag you to come inside prison and come and stay with them, so that your brain will not start working inside prison. Since you now believe that it is leaders that are inside prison that have the opportunity to now give you instruction and lead you from inside prison.
And maybe can even be leading them inside prison, like they claim that he's leading them in a Sokoto, that he has turned that place to a tourist center. More people everywhere.
So, what are the resolutions you have in 2026 for Biafra? Because we we have our ears and nose everywhere, and we understand what is happening to some of you. And that reminds us, when NNAMDI KANU was kidnapped, DOA said they cannot come and support autopilot under Mazi Simon Ekpa. They say he's a criminal. He's the one that collected money with Sonny and their group to sell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. We've been in a meeting where it lasted for over 4 hours, where people that claim to be part and parcel of this cabinet that you see today said we collected money from Nigerian government. I'm not talking about the one that happened here now, where they said Sonny and Nkere collected money. I'm talking of the one they said Sonny and Simon Ekpa, when Simon Ekpa was here. They said the money was whether over this one, was it 70 something thousand dollars, they said. Mhm. Then we grilled the person to bring the people. No, not person. They were up to four. We grilled them to bring the evidence for over 4 hours. At the end of the day, they say it is hearsay. And some say it was prophecy. Some say they saw vision. You say, whoa, vision, quoi? Hmm? You saw vision. You use prophecy and you have used it to destroy the names of people, and you use it to destroy the determination of people to come and donate to support Biafra. So, 2026, many of you will now go back to sit on the fence. Many of you said you will not want to come and support Biafra because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in prison. You say your priority is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So you all focus on that madness. That my priority is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you've been seated stucking your hands in between your legs for the past 5 years. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release, you have not released. Then move forward, you have not moved forward. No difference, nothing to show for the past 5 years. So if all Biafrans were to follow people like you, what would have been the fate of Biafrans today? Today that Boko Haram terrorists are ravaging and killing people everywhere, what would have been the fate of Biafrans today? So we would have all been slaughtered like this because of your idiosyncrasy. And today we hear another thing again. Emma and Choma and their lunatic groups of accountability, they are telling people that their priority now is to release our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Priority to move Biafra forward. No, they their hand again. No, they their brain. To defend Biafra land, no, they their brain again. To get Biafra recognition, no, they their brain again. But what they their brain is to destroy and disrupt the process and the minds of people that are contributing to defend Biafra land and to get Biafra recognition. While they claim their top priority is to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Simon Ekpa released. Are you getting the quote now? They will always portray that their primary objective, that their most pressing need on their scale of preference is the release of our leaders in prison. Yet, they now design a factor of destroying the minds of people on making donations to support the going forward of the Biafran cause and the defense of Biafra land. You see why many people have not had the courage to join to support Biafra for many years now? Because some people had turned it to career. Yes, they come. They want to be making names for the next 10 years. And you'll be calling yourself Biafra ambassador when you have not gotten recognition, you have not controlled or liberated or hosted any Biafran flag in the liberated or conquered territory that you get back from Nigerian terrorists in the homeland. No. But you'll be calling yourself ambassadors. You'll be calling yourself different names. Useless people everywhere. When you betray your leader and then he's in prison, all of you will go back and sit and say, we are here to work only to get the release of our leaders. So what happened to the main cause, the purpose that which those your leaders came up for? You will put that one on pause. You see? Are you understanding the point? You put that one on pause. You now say, our eyes visited on releasing our leaders. And I want to remind you that when autopilot emerged, we reminded all of you that Nigerian terrorist government kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to make you focus your mind and soul solely on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while rejecting and abandoning the process and the template of going forward to get Biafra independence. Because they know you are emotionally attached. You love our leaders so much. So you will say, oh, we need to go and get our leaders. Our leaders are our top priority. So you will abandon every other thing. You abandon the defense, you abandon the recognition, you now stay focused. Every day you'll be talking about only your leaders. Only your leader. Only your leader. Then what is the way forward? No, our top priority is to see that our leaders are out. So what is the way forward? No, until when you see your leader. Okay, if you don't see your leader in the next 10 years, what happens? You are stuck, right? If you don't see your leader in the next 15 years, you're stuck, right? By that time, all the Biafran people that used to observe sit at home and civil disobedience, they will see that you are not serious, and then they will all go back to is either we die or we perish in Nigerian contraption. Today, Emma nonsense and Oforma and Choma and the rest of their useless groups. That is the message that they're sending to all of you. The message is that their priority now is to release our leaders. Eh? I am reminding all of you that when you say your priority is focus only on your leaders to be released, you forget about the defense. You forget about the uh, recognition. You forget about setting new strategies and having a new leader that should be leading you forward so that you can, while your other leaders are in prison, for the life and the fire of Biafra, for the cause, for the main reason which people came not to die off, you must have a new leader that is active here to lead, to carry the mantle and be going. While you will now work on everything in a unified manner. You don't put one and say this one is the most priority. Then you forget the other ones. No, put all of them in parallel lines. Put them in parallel lines so that as the three parallel lines are going, they are going in unison. So if you're from that school of thought that in 2026, your top priority is only to get your leaders out from prison, it means Nigeria have conquered your brain, because the sole aim of them, kidnapping NNAMDI KANU, imprisoning Simon Ekpa, is to see that you all abandon the defense. You all abandon the lobbying. You all abandon the recognition. You all abandon the political, diplomatic, and international game on Biafra out there. They want you to abandon the process so that every process will be weakened. There will be no more civil disobedience. There will be no more light. There will be no more fire. There will be no more spirit agitated. Nothing will be happening again. So you will. That is why they now pronounce Mazi Nnamdi Kanu death sentence and life imprisonment, to see your resolve. Yes, to see your resolve. Because when they now pronounce them to prison, so now your resolve will now be, oh, I'm afraid. I don't want to die. I don't want to go to prison. So let us just be doing a jerry so that we see whether we can get our leaders back. Hey! Let us just be touching the button, slow and steady, so that we don't injure. Oh, so that we can get our leaders out peacefully. Let us go and negotiate with the politicians. Oh, let us bow down to them, so that we can get our leaders out without wounding anybody. By that, they will tell you, come and sign paper for amnesty, you go and sign. They will tell you, come and do this, you go and. They will tell you, come and lie down, you lie. They will tell you, come and, because you have allowed yourself to be engraved in that emotional maniac. It will eat you up. So go forward for Biafra, you will not go. You will only stay stagnant, waiting for your leaders for the next 10 years. Then there will be nothing moving to go forward again. So, Biafrans, remember that if you're going with such ideology in 2026, you are actually working to the bidding of Nigerian government. They did not kidnap or arrest or imprison your leaders for you to continue. They imprison your leaders so that you can stop. They imprison your leaders so that you can get stopped and have a rethink of now saying, oh, our leaders are in prison. We need to get them out first before any other thing. That is why they kidnap them, because they know when they do so, this will shrink the process of the rapid restoration of Biafra. So everybody should wake up. 2026 will be very tough and brutal. And we will not wait for dollars. Yes, we will not wait for dollars. If we see that you're being too dull and too foolish, we will send you to where they used to treat psychiatric patients. I think we have a Honorable Fulani, a psychiatric ward is working, so she can give you one survivor whistle to blow. Maybe she will give you 2026 survivor whistle to blow. Maybe by the time you blow finish, she will now arrange flight to take you from Georgia Hospital to Nigeria in Kafanchan. She'll go and drop you there for 2026. Because all those that she gave the survivor whistle and promised them flight in 2025 to Nigeria, I don't know whether she has granted them. So if many of them lost their way along the road on the flight, it's still good to them. We saw Ugochukwu Biafra here. Ugochukwu Biafra. How was your flight that your psychiatric woman gave you in 2025? Chai! Christopher Ogenwa, how is your flight of 2025 that your Georgia woman gave you from whether Europe to Nigeria? You see, we thought many people have cells inside their brains, but we see that everything is cum. There's nothing inside. Nothing, or nothing, honestly. I appreciate all your friends. I appreciate the media team. You guys have been awesome in 2025. You guys have been on fire. You guys rock. Hey, you guys have done noble in 2025. Yes, the scorecard is there and everybody can see. Yes, unbeatable, unmatched. You guys are super. So 2026 will be greater. Yes, you guys are too much. And I salute you all for that sacrifices. That's selfless sacrifice. With your money, with your time, your family, your energy, your work and resources, your intellect, everything you guys sacrifice. God bless all of you. Yes. I can't be mentioning the areas that you all are working, but you all know yourselves how useful you've been to this very government. God bless all of you and enrich all your pockets. I salute you all. Please, when we think of or when we celebrate Somaliland recognition, we should remember something that just like in the 60s, we had Nigeria as a three-legged pot. We had the north, the south, and we had the eastern region, and then we had the Yoruba people being the west. Or when Nigeria was within regions. Where I'm going is when we had Ahmadu Bello ruling the north, we now had Ojukwu as the governor of the east, and then we had the people in the Yoruba land also ruling themselves. Everybody were doing well and contributing very well, developing at that pace and as at that time. Mhm. You did not hear of genocide like this, genocide like this. Huh? Where I'm going is that before the genocidal war started in 67, after the Aburi Accord, you see that we had a very strong power in declaring Biafra and taking hold of our land. Because then, the governor of the East was a Biafran governor. So the entire Old Eastern region is already in control by Biafrans. Uh-huh. Not controlled by the caliphate. So it was easy for Ojukwu to do what? When he called all the council of elders from all our provinces together for them to be on the same page after the briefing. Not all, oh, listen, not all, because in every government or in every independence plan, there must be opposition. Everybody will not agree with you. There are few elders that did not agree. There are still people in his cabinet that did not agree 100%. Same thing that happened in this BRGI that you see today, both in the administration of our PM and in the administration of our APM now. All these are prevalent and people must live up to it. It is not rocket science. It is reality. Everybody must not agree with you inside your cabinet. Yes. So when the declaration was done, you saw that everybody in the Old Eastern region should have the idea that they are at war. and they have a common enemy and a common threat, which is coming from where? Nigeria Central Region. So everybody in the whole Eastern region became endangered species. So before we now declare Biafra, why we must survive, why we must fight to defend ourselves, you see that we are the one in charge of our land. So anybody that was not part of Biafra, but you were sent by Nigeria to be inside Biafra land to be working, we had to tell you, okay, start going, or we take you as a prisoner. Then we get negotiation before we release you. But they executed thousands of Biafran soldiers and workers in other parts of Nigeria before the few of them had to even escape to come back. They have executed all of them, many of them, because they had planned this thing before now. The point I'm trying to extract here is that we had control. Ojukwu, the Biafran people, were already in charge of the whole eastern region before the declaration. And it was opportunity for us to brainstorm and to win the war. But we did not have opportunity of Okengere in Washington, D.C. We did not have the opportunity of Elias at Onedabere in Washington, D.C. to give the voice for everybody to know what is happening. That is why when Britain, Harold Wilson, supplied all the weapons to come and kill all of us, nobody to have brought the message the way it is to the UK, to American government. Have you seen what has happened recently? The American government had to cut off a contract that they were supposed to have with UK. They also had stopped sharing intelligence network and information that has to do with elimination of this Islamic jihadist terrorists. This is happening in 2025. So if there was Elias, there was Okenkere, there was Tony Dabiri for us then, all this would have been exposed and kept on the table of American Congress, and they would have known our good and our bad, and the lapses that we have, and where we need them to come in to help us out, and how they could have placed sanctions on a UK so that another country, so that they don't supply weapons to Nigeria to kill us. So that everybody would have sat as a neutral being to watch who fights and win, or who is right in getting the independence of separate states, or how will they now come in to bring them on the table to see if they can have a discourse. But there was no Okenkere, there was no Elias, there was no Dabiri for us to do that work. So we fought, and then Britain brought and then massacred us with food blockade. You know, we were winning the war until when they saw that we were winning, they now had to call Britain to bring so much of their weapons to come and bomb. We read it the other time, we'll continue to be reading once in a while. My point is that we were in control. Ojukwu was in control of the East as a Biafran Easterner. So when you are now talking about Somaliland, it is the same thing that happened when war broke out in Somaliland, in Somalia. The people of Somaliland from their region, just like the eastern region of Nigeria, unanimously decided to come together to take a defense, to declare their own land and protect it, and then stand for their self-determination. But there was little of sabotage to have sustained them from that far to come down here. While we had greater of sabotage. And there was plenty of their people's support. While we had many people that were now putting the interest of how much company they have in Nigeria, how much business they have in Abuja, how much business they have in Kaduna and Kanu and Lagos. We are putting it on the table against the freedom. But the people of Somaliland, they put that their freedom first. before thinking of those our riches and our businesses. So it should be a challenge that the people of Somaliland took to heed of their self-determination within when there was this crisis, within when there was war. Because what brought about declaration of Biafra? It was when this same jihad broke out in Nigeria. What necessitated the 1966 January 15 coup was this jihad. So everywhere was in turmoil. So the same thing happened to Somaliland people in Somalia. They now took their stand. But did they hold the line? Yes, they held the line unanimously. But our own, did we hold the line unanimously? No. That was when you even heard that some people want to eliminate Ojukwu and Philip Effiong to become the leader. Inside war, somebody is telling Ojukwu and Effiong, I must be the one. Why should it be you? Why should it be you? So they don't go plan to go and eliminate Effiong because they knew Effiong was the stumbling block for them to eliminate Ojukwu. The plan and finish. May they carry him go somewhere. Go ambush him, kill him. So that when they just succeed in killing Effiong, they know that Ojukwu is nothing to write home about. If not that, the damsel, the God blessing, the wife or the woman that was inside the house with Effiong when those two officers came to have that discussion of inviting him, let us go to the cantonment, let us go and check the weapons. When Effiong went inside, that was when they changed the communication to Yoruba. And then that woman now heard it from inside because she happened to understand Yoruba a little. That is how she went to now whisper to Effiong that what these people came to say here is not what they intend. No. Listen to what they just whispered. That they say, you remember the plan? When we go, we are going to take him to this way. When we head there, we will turn to this way. Then we will give signal to the men that are already in ambush in the bush. They will come out and then take him down. As soon as we finish taking him, Ojukwu is gone. Ojukwu is the person that is stopping us from getting Ojukwu. That is how that lady saved Effiong. And Effiong now, when he came out, he changed the plan and told them, no, they can go. He will be coming. Oh, we have already had plan. He said, no, he just got a call from Ojukwu from the central. They have to go and see Ojukwu now. They will meet up later. That was how he changed the communication and the plan. And then he head down to go and inform Ojukwu. Now, that is not the only betrayal or sabotage that was on ground. There are many. So when we are looking at Somaliland, these are people that after then, they've been on for over 34 years. They've still been on. That's how they have been able to establish a government for long now. They establish all their structures. They continue going. Our own is that NNAMDI KANU is in prison only for 5 years. Many people say they don't want to support the new leader that come out. They don't want to support the newcomer. They want to sit down and wait for NNAMDI KANU when it comes out because it's the only leader. Others now say, oh, my Simon Ekpa is in prison. They don't know any other person. They don't believe in any other person. They have to wait for Simon Ekpa. When it comes out, they'll come and continue in the next 6 years. I say, hi! If you did not hear that the court said 6 years, you will tell me that it is tomorrow. It is court said 6 years. So you are telling me that you are going to wait for the next 6 years before you come and start talking about Biafra again. Same way the other one said they want to wait for NNAMDI KANU. NNAMDI KANU have been 5 years now. They say death sentence, life imprisonment. They are still waiting for NNAMDI KANU when it comes out, whether it will come out in the next 30 years or 20 or 15. They are still waiting. And they don't even have a clue of what to do for NNAMDI KANU to come out. We've told them, you don't need to even be talking inside there. The only situation that will bring NNAMDI KANU to come out now is for you to come and join us in this diplomatic work and the defense work. This is what will bring out a political prisoner because you need political intervention from world powers. Sanctioning Nigeria, left, right, center, sanctioning them, giving them conditions, just like what is happening now. Who will believe that Nigeria will be crying now and humbling themselves? BRGI, it did it to them, to humble them. This has not happened. No country for life have not or have gone before. Or no country for life have Nigeria cried for. No country for life have gone to Nigeria to bomb their terrorists or to drop a bomb inside their own territory because of them killing people. But BRGI have cracked the nut that America are forced to go and intervene in the Christian genocide. First in history. If you don't know the power of the political, diplomatic, and international lobbying, you should understand it now. There is power in lobbying. That is why Ojukwu and Effiong could not get it through in 67 to 70s because there was no Okenkere in America. There was no Elias in America. There was no Attorney Dabiri in America. If we had them, we would have gotten Biafra to the table on international community. Americans heard about the war and they were even filming during protests. It is not about people that go and do protests on the streets. Protest is a public outrage, right? Mhm. But who takes that your case officially on paper to go and meet the real people that needs to look at it? Who takes it? That is where the final work of that your protest is done. When we finish protest on the streets, you have to go in a political way to go and put the paper down. These are the grievances of these people. This is what they say that this is what is happening. This is why we have come. Mhm. That is how it happened. So, even as Bruce Mayrock, is it Bruce Mayor or Mayrock, set himself ablaze, did it cause America to wake up to come and start looking for Biafra or to recognize Biafra? That is the point you need to understand. If you like, go and stand in front of Washington, D.C., set yourself ablaze, carry Biafra flag. It doesn't go that way. Yes, you have to go through the political way to go and meet people and sit down and talk. And that is what we are doing. So those that want to wait for our leaders for the next 20 years before they start Biafra again, I know your target and I know your plan. You were not for Biafra. You just want to use that as excuse to quench the ideology of Biafra. Those that want to wait for my Simon Ekpa to come out before they move, or saying it is only the release that is the important thing now. I know your ideas and your message that they sent you. You were not for Biafra. You are to use those excuses to quench the independence of Biafra. Because any day Biafra stop doing sit at home and carrying out every civil disobedience in the homeland, any day BDF stop to exist,